What's up, gymmers? All right, you guys, so today we're going to be working on chest pressing or horizontal pushing from your chair, okay? So you always have heard me say, I'm all about the SAID principle, specific adaptation to impose demands. Now, if you're in a wheelie walker a lot throughout the day, or you're in a wheelchair a lot throughout the day, or you're in a chair a lot throughout the day, you do a lot of stuff out here, right? You have got to open doors. You've got to reach for things. You've got to push things out of your way. You use your arms a lot and you're out here. So chest pressing is very important for my chariot warriors out there. Now, a lot of times you see people go into gyms and you have fitness professionals or even therapists put them on a bench press machine, right? Or on a bench press and have them do stuff laying on their back. Now, that's a good exercise for building strength, but it's not really that functional for the MSer because you have limited energy and you have limited time. So you might as well be training your chest in a way that is functional for your life so that you can get up out of this chair, because as you actually transfer or come up out of that chair, you use your pecs as well. So you've got to get that pectoral girdle fired up. Now, the problem is that if you want to do what's called a horizontal push like this, the only way to load it a lot of times is with cables or with bands that are attached to the wall like this. And with a walker or a wheelchair, that's really hard because you got wheels and it tries to pull you back. And a lot of times gymmers spend so much energy trying to fight the bands just to create a chest press that they waste their time and it exhausts them. So instead, what I've done for years is use pieces of Theraband. And a couple years ago, they came out with Theraband came out with a real cool band system called CLX bands that actually have loops built into them, which I've been using in my facilities for 2 or 3 years now, right? I really like this stuff because you have grips built in, okay? But what you do for a chest press in a chair is you just take this band and you can just flip it over you. Okay, so you put it right along the center of your back, and then you just grip handles like this, and you push, okay? Now, you can also, if you have a CLX band, you can do this, okay? And you can actually put your hands through the loops, all right? So through the loops, and you can create a little bit more of a functional, if you can actually get them apart, you can actually create a little bit more of a functional movement, functional strength movement where you can actually create and simulate pushing because your hands are open, your wrists are an extension, and you can focus on pushing. So I really like using CLX bands or tying loops in traditional Theraband strips and rock out, okay? Now, in order to do your chest press, you got a couple ways that you can do this. Number one is you can put the band around your back, or number two, you can actually put the band underneath your arms, depending on what you feel safe for doing. So that number two, that band is going right under my armpits. Now, a lot of times MSers like this a little bit better because if you've not worked with bands before, because sometimes when you do it up top, this band will roll and snap you in the neck, or it'll roll and fall down, especially if you don't have a lot of arm control. So a lot of times maybe going under your armpit might be preferable to you. But the form and the technique of the chest press does not change. Okay, so what we do here is we put our feet flat. I want your feet directly under your knees, okay? So I want your feet directly under your knees, not out here, directly under you, okay? Then what I want you to do, whether you're sitting on the back of your wheelie walker or chair or whatever, is just slightly tip that pelvis so that your pelvis and your hips are underneath you. That is the first part of B, the butt's part of B. Now I want you to take your abs and I want you to pull that belly button in towards your spine and pull up on that pelvic floor. That creates stability in your deep abdominal cavity, okay? That's G. And then B is that the entire time that you are chest pressing or horizontal pushing, you want to keep your shoulder blades pulled down towards your back pockets and your shoulder blades pulled back and down. The number one mistake that I see people make when they're chest pressing is this. They go to press and it's this first, okay? It's a shrug and then they try to push, or they get a nice push out and then as they come back, they shrug up like this. So when you see people that actually anteriorly tip their shoulder blades, you're immediately going right to your neck. You're immediately stressing out your joints here in your anterior shoulder. You're immediately overloading the structures in the neck instead of actually activating your pectorals, okay? So what you want to do is go through your BGB checkpoints, B, G, blades back and down, and then apple chin and sit up as tall as you possibly can. Now your hand position on a chest press, I'm going to move this back a little bit, and as you move your hands back, you got a little bit more resistance. Your arm position when you do chest press is going to be blades down, and your arms are going to be out at a 45-degree angle. So you're not going to be up here trying to chest press like this. You're going to trash your neck and your shoulders, okay? So what you want to do is you want to pull those shoulder blades down, and those arms are about a 45-degree angle out, okay? If you have loops, get your hands up. If you can't open your hands, then just rest those CLX bands or your Theraband in your hands, and all you're going to do is you're going to push. Now, here's the key. Once you get the blades down, okay, when you start to push, you've got to initiate the movement from your chest. What I see often is you get shoulders kicking in, and then people try to chest press. You get shoulders kicking in, and then chest press. That's different than shrugging. So I really, really, really want you to think about shoulder blades back and down towards your back pockets. You almost want to force them down as you push. So once you're in this tall seated position and the shoulder blades down, we initiate from your pecs. Now watch, I move from my pec first. You can see right here, contract, and then I push and hold it. And then as I come back, I still contract those lats down and I control from my chest back to my start position. Okay? Now, when you're first starting out, what I want you to do is press slow. So you're going to lock it down this way, and you're going to do about a 4-second push, 4 to 6 second, a 2-second, 2 to 3 second hold, and then a 4-second return. So we're locking it down, and it looks like this. So from the chest, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your shoulder blades down. 1, 2. Keep those abs in. Now lead back from your chest and your shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Don't relax, okay? And from the chest, 1, shoulder blades pulled down, abs are in, 2, 3, 4, find your BGB, 2, and bring it back, 2, 3, 4. So you're sitting up tall and pulling those blades down with those abs in, and push, 2, 3, 4, pause, and back, 2, 3, 4, and do not relax. And if you want to open your hands, do it. Push. 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's do 2 more. And push. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 2. And back. 2, 3, 4. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 2. And back. 2, 3, and 4. And you can see I stay here the entire time. I don't let my shoulders shrug, and this is doing the work. It's not my arms, and it's not shrugging my shoulders. This is going to help you push. It's going to help you lift. It's going to help you live better while you're sitting in your chair. So if you guys love this video and you love this exercise, this is one exercise, right? And we took like 9 minutes to go over how to do it, but then there's a way to do it, and then there's a way to actually integrate it into a complete and total MS-specific movement prescription program. So if you want to dive deeper, if you want to get your own customized movement prescription, and if you want a program that is as simple as logging in, pressing play, and following me through as you get stronger, get more flexible, get more endurance, and just counteract your MS symptoms better, click the link below to go directly to the membership details, or you can visit our website at themsgym.com. Check all that stuff out. Keep practicing this stuff at YouTube, and keep yourself rocking. I'll see you on your next workout.